Hi, it's Gina, the Constant Mom, and I'm here to talk to you in a three-part video about what happened at what I guess I refer to as the concert incident. This part video is about how to properly validate your child's feelings. So, what happened was my daughter had planned to go to a Sabrina Carpenter concert with one of her girlfriends. They had planned it for months, and the girl canceled last minute. And my daughter was devastated by it because, at the 11th hour, she had no one to go to the concert with. She was either going to go by herself or I was going to step in and go with her. So the initial response was that devastation. She got off the phone, she came downstairs, she was hysterical crying. So at this moment, when you're validating your child's feelings, um, you have to, the step number one is you have to be willing to stop everything that you're doing. And I don't care what it is. I don't care what you're in the middle of doing. I don't care if it's cooking dinner. I don't care if you're in the middle of work. I don't care if you're in the middle of reading, whatever. I can give you a million examples of what you're in the middle of doing. When your child is facing something in their life that is a devastating moment, you need to be willing to stop. Give them at least 10 minutes of your time. Depending on what their crisis is, it could be more, it could be less. Um, Show empathy, okay? You got to remember, put yourself in their shoes. Remember what it's like to be their age. So for her, she's 19. She's excited about going to this concert. I needed to remember what it was like to be 19 and be excited about going somewhere with one of my friends, and then at the last minute being told, yeah, well, I can't go. Okay, well, I spent all these money on these tickets, and, so instantly I tried to pull up a memory of that time, right? Of that time in my life and something that could have possibly happened to me. Step three, though, and this is a really important part, and for a lot of us as parents, we have a hard time with this part. Be a good listener. Let your child vent and let them vent however they want to vent. As parents, we want to do all the talking, and it's hard for us to be good listeners. We instantly want to go into that problem solving mode, and that's going to come up in validating their feelings, but in the beginning you want to listen, and that's hard for us to do, because as parents you want to fix their worlds, right? You want to make everything perfect, but it's super important to remember to just listen, and you have to also remember to let them vent in the way that they need to vent. They have to be able, if they want to just do the ugly cry, let them do the ugly cry. If they want to punch a pillow, let them punch a pillow. And honestly, if they want to curse it out, let them curse it out. I don't care. Whatever it is that makes them feel better in their vent mode, let them do it, because you have to, again, you're putting yourself in their shoes, right? When you are at your lowest low and someone has done something to you, what do you need to do to vent? So let them do it. The response back always is, I get it. Say that. I get it. It sucks. It stinks. Depending on the age, you don't want to tell a 3-year-old it sucks, but I could tell my 19-year-old, it sucks. You're right. I get it. It is the end of the world. That's validation. Sometimes that's all someone needs to hear. It does suck. It sucks, right? That's what people need to hear sometimes. They just want to know that you're feeling that feeling with them. That's all they need to hear. Now, come up with a plan to try to solve the problem. They want to know that you're willing to do that for them. So in my daughter's case, the first thing I said was, all right, well, I'm going to see Sabrina Carpenter with you. Don't know who she is, don't care who she is, but I'll have a day in the city with you. So that was my plan to solve the problem. It was a quick fix. Sometimes they're not always the quickest fix, but be willing to take the time to come up with a plan to try to solve your child's problem. And then recall a story from your past. I'm not going to get into too much information on this because this leads into sincere conversations, which is another video that I am going to talk in detail about. But when you're recalling a story from your past to tell your child, this again is something that is, when I say sincere, it's definitely something that's meaningful. It's not like a quick fluff. And again, I'll get into more detail about that in the sincere conversation video. This one's really important, this next step. You want to reassure your child that no matter what happens, whether you can fix the problem, whether you can't fix the problem, that no matter what, you're there for them. You are there for them. You are their constant. You are their best friend. And no matter how their world has just imploded, you're there. You're going to be there for them no matter what. You tell them you love them. You hug them tight. Give them the tightest hug they've ever felt. This is all the steps in validating their feelings. This doesn't take more than 10 minutes of your time, okay? And in that 10 minutes, you have built a trust with your child that's going to last a lifetime. I have done these steps with my daughter honestly since the day she's born. And the reason why we are each other's constant, and the reason why she immediately asked me to go in and step in and go to the concert with her and didn't try to find a different friend, is because I'm the person she trusts. I'm the person that she wants to be with, because I am willing to stop with what I'm doing to be with her. And that's how you build that everlasting, life-lasting, constant relationship with your child. This is how you validate their feelings. Thanks for tuning in.